back room, they have this long table with a white sheet set out. I mean, beautiful thing. Look like the damn Last Supper. On one end is Derek Jeter, there's Stephon Marbury. It's not that the rapper. That's not it. That's a misconception. What it is, it's about control. See, that's what makes it, that's why you see, like, wow, Jamie Foxx, you would say that? Because they're in a bind, because see, Jay-Z's not, but once you reach a certain level, you have to give something up. There's something that you're going to give up because you got to be down with that crew. And how do I know? Because it happened to me. That is why I'm standing here talking right now. I reached a certain level in that station. What I'm saying, what's happened is it was passed down to to everyone in the urban industry. So now you have a rapper who will get turned out by a high-ranking label exec because, well, what you gonna do? I mean, if I want to be a rapper and I walk in and the label exec tells me that this is what I need to do for him because, hey, he put my album on when I really wasn't that talented. But they pushed me because they saw that I was something that they could sell. So when you bring me in a room and there's my favorite rapper right there who's in the same room, so that must mean he must have committed the same act as I did. So at the end of the day, depending on where your level is within yourself, you go do it. And it's easy for those of us to sit back and say we wouldn't do it. But the majority of us will never fulfill our dreams. So we'll never be in a position to say what we would or would not do. You understand what I'm saying? We'll never be in that position. Because before I got there, I would say the same thing until I got there. You understand? So I literally lived the devil taking me to the mountain and saying, you can go to the left, you have all of this. And it was, I was there. It was ritualistically done. 3 straight weekends. They do everything in 3s. 3 weekends in a row. Hey, D-Brad, let's go hang out. And every weekend, he kept beating me in the head. Get rid of this Rap City, man. You can do more than Rap City, D-Brad. You can do more than you need to come with us. We go to the joint, we hanging in VIP. Get me everything I want. Then every time we hung out, it was the same way. Then they bring me to the back room. And in the back room, they have this long table with a white sheet set out. I mean, beautiful thing. Look like the damn Last Supper. On one end is Derek Jeter, there's Stephon Marbury. I'm trying to talk to the model chicks. He's like, nah, D-Brad, come on, sit right here. We get inside the limo. We're in the car. The man standing across looking at me like I owe him something now. And while he's doing that, he's sitting there with his legs spread open, rubbing his. Now, I'm in a situation where I'm like, no, what am I going to do for me? So for me, I had to turn that away. But what the hell that I caught after that, I've been homeless. I've had my name destroyed. I was ashamed of myself.
What's up, good people? It's your man Cam. Just jumping back on here. If y'all keeping up with everything that's going on in the music industry, you're more than likely are aware that another name has been mentioned in a lawsuit. And this gentleman's being sued, in which personally I knew that it wouldn't be long before someone else would get named and not all these John Does and all this other stuff, you know. And it's hard to expect who would have been next, but it only makes sense in my mind that Jay-Z was and is now being sued as well, because you got to think about it. Outside of Sean Combs, Sean Carter was the other billionaire in the music industry. Kanye West, you know, he's already been blackballed, even though he was a part of that group as well. That Kardashian girl that he married, it was all fixed, if you get what I'm saying, you know, because if you know anything, the Kardashian girl was messing with Sean Combs way back when, before Kanye West came into the picture, so to speak, you know. And like I said, it only makes sense for Jay-Z being more, you know, the next biggest or bigger than Sean Combs to be the next artist to be sued over pretty much the same allegations that Sean Combs is being sued for. You know, taking advantage of men, taking advantage of women, but more so in this Sean Carter's case is more so underage victims that he's taking advantage of, and in this case it was a young woman. And like I said, I'm not surprised whatsoever. I mean, look at his rap sheet, so to speak. You know, even though they claim that his now wife was 18 years of age when they first started dating, and some people will say, well, she's an adult at that point. in person. I met my wife when she was 18. So, I can't bash the man too much, but at the same time, I'm truly only 6 years older than my wife, and some people look at 6 years like a big difference, in which in certain time frames in life, yeah, it was a big difference. I remember growing up, if a girl was 2 or 3 years older than the boy, most of the girls looked at us like we was little boys. You get what I'm saying? It was only a 2-3 year age difference. So, but he was 30 years old at the time, in which that's double, the age of when I met my wife, so to speak. You get what I'm saying? That's the difference. Mine was 6 years. Talking about a 12-year difference. But besides that, a lot of people say he started grooming her or preparing her way before she was 18 years of age. In which, personally, I think that is a problem. You get what I'm saying? Even being 30 and she being 18 years of age. Me personally, I wouldn't have dated. I would not have went the same route that I went with my wife if I was 6 years older at that time. If I was 30 and she was 18, I wouldn't have moved forward with that relationship, because I feel like personally that's too big of an age difference. That's a real big gap. You get what I'm saying? At least when she hit 20, I was still in my 20s, if you see what I'm saying. And so, but that's just my personal opinions. You get what I'm saying? Some people look at it different. 18, you're legal, and some men be 50 years old and marrying 18-year-olds, and which, like I said, I don't agree with that. But then as well, the Foxy Brown young lady, most definitely, they said that she was underage when he was messing with her. This young lady, she's passed on. She was actually older than I am, but he apparently got a 31-year-old son out there, to where when the young man's or the man's mother got pregnant with him, she was 16 years of age. And at the time, Sean Carter was 24 years of age. You get what I'm saying? So he's got a rap sheet that follows him of doing these types of things and being that type of person. And people look at it like, oh, ain't no way he could be like that, man. But you'll be surprised what type of skeletons these folks have in their closet, And like they say, you got to do some things to be able to make it in that industry, which is sad. That you literally have to sell your soul. And personally, for somebody to call themselves Hova, that's blasphemous. And I mentioned it on another recording that I had done, that blasphemy, out of all the sins, is one sin that God will not forgive you for. And you let some of the industry people tell it. For example, Jaguar Wright, she said that he worse than the Sean Combs cat. And she knows the business. She was in the business. So if you're going to get it straight from the source, then 9 times out of 10, what she's saying, people need to listen and take heed to. But like I said, man, for somebody to just straight up blasphemous. How you going to call yourself Hova, man? There was only one Jehovah, and that was God himself. But we in the South, at least I know that up north, they got a big problem with calling themselves God and this, that, and the third. Oh, I'm this type of God, or they say, what's up, God? And that's a problem. But like I told you, up north and in New York, it's a different type of beast up there. You get what I'm saying? Well, and I made a recording on it. All these people that's being accused, especially in the industry, that's being accused of trafficking, R-wording people, S-A-N people, they all coming from New York. Jay-Z is from New York. Sean Carter, he is from New York. There's a problem, there's a culture up there that needs to be addressed. And I say it, and I'm going to keep saying it. There's a problem up there, y'all. And it's a spiritual thing. And they did it to themselves, and they doing it to themselves. You get what I'm saying? You don't. One thing until I got older, we down in the South, and most definitely not in Atlanta or DeKalb County. We didn't call it, "What up, God?" or "I'm a God." No, we didn't speak like that of ourselves or speak like that to others. You get what I'm saying? But blasphemy is one thing that God said he will not forgive you for. So you got a lot of them folks, they already condemned. You get what I'm saying? They ain't no coming back for them. You understand? And so, like I said, man, I'm not surprised about this Sean Carter cat. But in the beginning, I showed y'all a video, and this guy was once in the music profession. He was a producer for Rap City. Not Rap City, but a producer, BET, Rap, something or another. But listen to what he's saying. He telling y'all, and you hear it time and time again from people that's in the industry or people that has been in the industry, that this is what they do. They force you to sleep with the same sex in order to be able to elevate in that industry. They humiliate you, and it's ritualistic. Humiliation, that's a ritualistic feature, so to speak. You get what I'm saying? And he's outright telling you that's what they do in the industry. So people that want to be in the industry, you better think twice. And people that want to be in the industry and did not get the opportunity, you need to be thanking God that you did not get into that industry. Because like many of them say, if you know you're going to get to a certain point in the industry, and if you want to get over the hump, then you got to start doing the hump with people you may not want to be with, or you may have to get on your knees and pledge allegiance to the demonic spirits that's out here in order to be able to move up the ladder when it comes down to the industry. Because if you look at the industry, y'all, and just really look at it, majority of these people were full of sin, just full of evil. It ain't many artists out there that you don't hear that's struggle with drugs all the time. And I'm not saying that because you're an artist you struggle with drugs. It's people who don't make $50 a week who struggle with drugs. So I'm not saying it like that, but the entire industry, it's a spiritual thing, y'all. They're struggling, and all we see is the glitter. All we see is they counting hundreds, thousands, millions of dollars, but in the end their soul has no peace. But like I said, man, that video I showed y'all, I just wanted y'all to see that, to show you that that's how the industry is. And if you still thinking about getting to that industry, then just be prepared to do some things that you say you wouldn't do, but now you're being asked to do it in order to go from $100,000 to $1 million. But hey, it's gonna be a lot more people that's gonna get taken down in this. You know, they starting with the head of the snake, so to speak. The two-headed monster. You got Sean Combs and you got Sean Carter. Once they take them down, y'all, all of the rest of them are gonna fall into place. And like I said, don't be surprised by these names that are gonna start coming up. Your Snoop Dogs and your all of these folks. And everybody that you seen at these parties, your smaller level superstars, so to speak. You get what I'm saying? Who ain't necessarily got to walk around with a bodyguard, but yet they've been a part of the industry and they made millions of dollars as well, but they're just not as big. All of them coming down. And it's going to happen, y'all. Just be prepared. It's all on the way. But hey, y'all, take it easy. It's your man Cam. Just jumping back on here. And I love y'all.